Hi, Nicole.
I know.
This was weird because we've just finished, we've just wrapped up
Right.
our final session. Hi again, and thank you for gracefully jumping on just to share a bit about your experience of us working together. And I would love to know, just in your own words, what that experience has been like, and where do you feel like we've gone from and to? Where were you before we met and started working together? What's been the big pivotal changes for you, both physically and mentally? And then, yeah, who would you recommend that this work could be really beneficial for? Fire away.
Mm. So I think that we started working together at a time when I was looking for not even more answers. I was looking for more tools, more ways that I could enter into self-discovery, more ways that I could understand how I was contributing to my own experience. And more ways also, honestly, that I could find where I was still living in victim consciousness, where I was putting the power, the authority, the creation of what I was experiencing completely outside of myself, and then playing the blame game. So I think when I started, I definitely had some physical things that I wanted to look at, but I would say in some ways that is much more of a micro approach. And what is really cool about working with you is that, yes, there is the micro approach and there's also macro. So yes, we looked at symptoms and we looked at actual physical things that I was going through. And we were also looking at macro. How was that part of a much bigger pattern? And how was that actually influencing other areas of my life and the way that I was living my life completely? So in terms of how that shifted things physically, I would say the most impactful and immediate change was with regards to migraines, which we worked on. So a huge shift in that in terms of frequency. So I haven't had any. I've had a couple of small headaches, but that's actually been really exciting because I've been able to say, oh, now I know why. And now I know what contributed to that. And I know how to support myself through that. Didn't last very long, very mild. And as I said, almost fun because I was like, yes, I got it. And that feels fantastic. It feels really empowering to be able to understand that you have the answers, both in terms of understanding what led to an experience, but also how to support your body in resolving that experience and how to prevent it from happening later because you learn from what contributed to it. So that's the other piece that I really love about this work is it's there's so much unraveling of pieces that we can actually get to what are the ingredients that are leading to these conflicts in the first place so that I can start to eliminate some of those or make different choices or at least make choices mindfully. Because I think that's the other piece as well. It's not about not doing something or doing something. It's about what is my attitude when I do it and am I doing it mindfully? And that's been very empowering as well. In terms of who I think this kind of work is for or the perfect like candidate for someone who wants to do this, I think you have to be really, really happy and willing to look at your operating systems and say, oh yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe that's not the right way, and not right, wrong, but the way that's going to serve me the most. Or being really willing to look at how might I have been hiding this from myself? How might I have been taking something that I don't want to see in myself, projecting it out into a person, a situation, an institution, a structure, and playing out this little melodrama of blame and victim and all of these different pieces that we can explore. If you're willing to look at that and willing to take responsibility for the parts of ourselves that we have cast aside, ignored, denied, and blinded ourselves to, if you want to go into that space, explore that in a really cool, fun, and gentle way that leads you to a space of empowerment again and choice. So you and I just spoke about this. It's not as though I'll never be a victim again. I'm sure I will fall into victim consciousness again, but I can recognize it. I can see it more quickly. I can do it mindfully if I want to. Hey, I want to play this game for 5 minutes and vent about the terrible thing that just happened to me. Yes. And do I want to stay in that space? And if I don't want to stay in that space, then I have the option to get out of that space, as opposed to being constantly submerged by experiences that I feel like I am submitting to, as opposed to being an actor inside of.
Amazing. And so maybe it's actually that you've just shared, or is there something else about where you feel you are right now, as opposed to where you started, that feels like you're just about to like ready for takeoff mentally and physically? What's been the biggest transition for you through this work?
I would say it isn't even necessarily GNM approach specifically, although that is such a rich backdrop. It's how you guide through in terms of resolution, because what that leads to is this ultimate positioning of absolutely everything is always serving me and in the most extraordinary and beautiful ways.
I feel like you have just like perfectly encapsulated basically my mission. Yeah, you've just been like a delightful example of what happens when, yeah, somebody is ready and willing and able to step fully into radical self-responsibility. And you've articulated so beautifully why I love this work as well, because yeah, GNM gives like the backdrop and the roadmap, and we can use our symptoms as those little breadcrumbs to follow, right? And yes, we can see changes in the physical, but what the resolution of the themes attached to those symptoms leads to is so much more expanded and so evolutionary in terms of personal evolution. And that's like, yeah, that's the biggest piece, I think, of why I love this work. It's like the physical change is the bonus and the personal evolution is the real dream gift. So yeah,
Absolutely.
thank
And
you for
it's
sharing
also,
that.
I think I said to someone the other day, like, isn't every moment in life isn't every moment in life just an opportunity to return to the knowing that I am nothing except for love, right? And so every single one of these, it's, oh, in this difficulty, right? And if you get down and you get down and you get down and you get down, what is it? Oh, okay, yes, it was a moment when I was forgetting that I was actually love. I was thinking that I was something else.
So perfect. Nicole, thank you so much. It has been, yeah, the biggest pleasure to work with you. And I hope I have plenty
For
more
me too.
clients just like you.
Yes, me too. I wish that for you as well.
Not playing favorites or anything. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your experience and for your willingness to jump in here and for allowing me to witness your transformation and change as well and be a part of holding that space. So.
Yeah, thank you. It's been so beautiful. And Nelly, I do wish you have clients like exactly like me, because what I feel in me with regards to you is this yeah, give it to me. Just like this hunger of like, yes, this is what we need more of. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I definitely hope that you have just a long line of people exactly like that are ready and super hungry for it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nicole. And yeah, I'm sure we'll stay in touch.
Yes,
sure our
definitely.
paths crossing doesn't end
We'll
here.
definitely, exactly. Take care, Nelly. See you soon.
Huge love. See you.
Me too. Bye.